Teapot, Jesus.
Fuck.
Welcome to Talks Around the Teapot. Welcome.
Talks Around the Teapot.
Did I get it wrong again?
You did.
Yes. Oh, poor DM.
No, I knew.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
And hello to our patrons.
Yeah, a specific, really loving hello to Peaking's Neck, Aries, and Zaynep. We love you. We thank you so much for helping us and supporting us. It means the world. And it means the world when everybody follows, likes, subscribes, comments, all the stuff that you do to let us know that you vibe with the show. Morne!
Would you like some tape for those?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Oh, no masquerade mask!
Nice.
Kind of on brand today.
Have you lost the screw?
Yeah.
I'll make him edit any new patrons up here.
Yes.
And maybe here.
Or over here.
No.
And then one
Down here.
Only here.
Or here.
Held in our loving embrace.
You fixed them.
Yeah.
Slay.
That was magic.
Oh my god, I looked away and then I
Yeah.
looked back and they were...
Do you not need a screwdriver?
No.
Okay.
How did you do that?
Magic.
I can't get them out on purpose.
Okay. Don't worry about it
Don't
then.
break them again, oh.
Oh my god, you brought them again.
Magic.
Magic.
Magic. Anyway.
Anyway, let's
Anyway.
talk about the show. Shall we start
At the beginning.
It's a very good place to start. So we began at the Velvet Masquerade.
I've just been backhanded.
We began actually unable to speak. It
Yeah.
started with us, and I was really like, you should have started. Like, when you started, I knew you were going to start with us, but I was like,
I thought you were going to start
yeah,
with
no.
them.
In my head, I was like, you should have started with Thomas and Agatha because I can't talk or do anything.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't talk or do anything.
Yeah, I thought you were going to start with that. I thought you would enjoy holding us in this state of like you normally do.
But then I think maybe it was more tempting to hold us in the state of like,
Yeah.
Didn't think about it.
because I really couldn't function or talk to you for that first bit.
That was...
What did we even do? Like, did we just go back to the common room? You picked up the teeth.
I picked up the teeth.
What have you done with those?
It's just in your pocket. You just keep bringing them out at random intervals.
Yeah, it's like 4 days later. Do you want your teeth back?
Teeth?
I didn't do that. I took them out the day that we got back.
Didn't you offer them to...
Back
The day
to
that I
Richard.
saw him. Yeah, we said goodbye, and when we were saying goodbye, because we'd overheard him talking to Madam B, and he
No, I was
like,
thinking when he was upstairs.
No, that I said, when I get home, I'll see what I can get sorted about getting him gold teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Either way.
Yeah.
But I did offer him his teeth back, but that was the day that I knocked them out.
Unhinged. And then you were like, oh yeah, I know, I saw a guy with them as a necklace. I might not do that. Maybe I will. I don't know. I have teeth.
I want one of his teeth as a pendant. I want to get a tooth pendant.
Nice.
It's a shame that when I had my wisdom tooth removed, I didn't get to
Oh my
keep the
god,
tooth.
yeah, because it would have been your actual tooth as
I've
well.
got a tooth.
I've got many teeth.
Yeah.
I'm making a TikTok of that. I've got many teeth.
Wow, me too. I got like 30
Okay.
of them. I don't know.
But my
Scared.
tooth is too small because it's a milk tooth.
I've got they're not adult teeth, but they're not like
I just
tiny
think-
baby teeth.
You can just
What?
get fake teeth.
The
You
conversation.
can get a fake plastic tooth.
Yeah, but
tiny
I
teeth.
want Morne's tooth.
I
on
want
the
you
necklace.
to have Morne's teeth.
Yeah, I'll ask my mum. And
Your mum's gonna be like, what?
if I just say it's Maijai,
Oh no,
she'll
because
be
I
like,
need a locket with your hair in it.
Oh yeah, me and Maya found my hair the other day because I went to go clean my glasses and I was like,
like-
where's my hair in here? And Maya just went, that's Maijai's hair. And Helen was like, why are you giving Maijai your hair? And I was like, it's
I'm trying to
Maijai.
clone Morne.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll give that to you
Wanted.
tomorrow.
Cool.
Anyway.
If you're still here,
Maijai owns my teeth and my hair.
I can give you a tooth in return.
Please.
Okay.
Stopsies.
Anyway.
Anyway, Richard's teeth are the teeth that you have in the
Ring
game.
just broke.
Oh, rip. That's very Morncore.
This is very chaotic.
Anyway,
Yeah, so we couldn't talk.
we couldn't talk.
I asked you if you were okay,
what-
and you were like, yeah.
What? I want to know what Talia thought was going on, if I can know, because I just think it's really funny. Like, Rosalind was obviously in a state and, like, really confused, panicked, like, feeling a lot, didn't know what it was or how to deal. And I'm just really interested in what that was like for Talia, because you were really also like, oh, I now can't speak, or look at you.
Yeah, so anytime that you get like that and it's because of me, whether I know what the reasoning is or what the situation is or not, if you can't speak, I'm like, guess I also cannot.
That's really funny.
Like, because, like, I feel your, like, stress
Yeah.
and, like, anxiousness, and I'm like, okay, cool.
So we went to sit back in the common room with everyone.
Yeah.
And
Jonathan was
then
a little bitch.
Jonathan
Yeah.
was like, considering we haven't really like seen a lot of
Jonathan, who's
Jonathan.
barely spoken to us for anything other than, like, oh, you want my hat? Oh, thanks for giving me my hat back.
Yeah. Like, Jonathan really, because like, how did it start? Because the one thing I remember about that was he basically told Rosalind she was gay, and then Rosalind realised she was gay. So like, that was a big thing for me in this episode. It's really hilarious to me that Rosalind had to be told she had a crush on Madame Beatrice to realise she had a crush on Madame Beatrice. I wish I left my notebook out to read them what I wrote.
It was a lot.
I basically wrote the notes. My notes that I wrote at that point were, it was like, do I like Madame Beatrice? What the fuck? Oh my god, I'm not just attracted to Talia, I'm attracted to women. I like women. What the fuck? Do I like women? What the fuck? And then Rosalind had to leave the room.
Yeah.
Because I could feel like, I feel like you were laughing at me, but I was really like, not like I was really like Rosa really couldn't like cope
No,
with
it was
that.
when Jonathan was like, you can simply say blah blah blah.
And
And
both
we
of
just
us-
sat there like,
And then Rosalind just left the room.
I was
because
really
she
aware.
Really couldn't like that was actually so much for me.
I
Like,
was really aware of you being next to me,
yeah.
and both of us being like,
These useless little gays.
yeah.
But yeah, I was because it is dumb because like she should have known what that was, but she just didn't because it's you know, this keeps happening to Rosalind. People keep just like saying things about her to her, making her realise the things, and then she freaks out. But like, he was really like, oh yes, you've only got eyes for Madam Bitch. And then she was really like, do I? Why are you saying that? Like, what the fuck? Oh my god, I do? Like, what the fuck is that? And then the whole time I was outside, I wasn't really aware of what was going on inside the room. It was one of those again where Rosalind was so panicky and overwhelmed that like I have no idea what was said at the table. Like I was just standing outside freaking out about being gay.
Jonathan was just being really pushy.
He was.
Don't look at me.
What was he? Was he sort of saying the same things as like Diamond about me and you?
Yeah, he was saying about, oh, tonight you'll stay here and we'll
Yes,
set
I
up
heard a
wine
bit of
and
this,
we'll have
yeah.
music. And I was really sat there the whole time like, you don't know anything. I was really like, you don't understand.
Yeah.
You're just a man who pretends to be posh.
Yeah. No, because I was really like, wow, if you had to like top of the sorry, just fucking spitting. But if you're really like,
Sorry, Nigel.
you have no knowledge of the upper class and you're like, oh, I know what they like. They like wine and they like music and they just want to like sit and they just want... And I was really like, you don't know anything. You've got everything wrong. You don't know me and you don't know her. Shut the fuck up.
An absolute teenage girl moment.
Yeah.
You don't get me.
Yeah, but the
No,
thing
but it was really
You're my
just like-
dad.
no, because it was really like, oh wow, you're every other man that I've spoken to.
it's also I think because Jonathan, like to me, all the whores are obviously like a little bit queer because like I don't know, being a sex worker is like inherently kind of queer. I don't know, maybe that's a problem. I don't know what I'm saying. But like, they're all very like queer positive, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, but Jonathan to me is straight. Like, you know, of all of them.
He said, I don't have, I don't have any knowledge of it. But...
Right, okay. See, I was not aware of the conversation. I was having a borderline panic attack. But like, if Zach had said that, because Zach and Diamond to me are really like the queerest ones. Because to me, Zach is gay, Diamond is bi.
Yeah.
Like, of the like working.
Well, those are the two that we like.
And they're the ones who have been sort of involved in it.
Yeah.
Like.
And the two that we actively saw on that first night be like.
Be gay, yeah. Well, not be gay, but like,
Be gay.
have queer relations. Whereas Jonathan seems very just straight man. But yeah, I was really just panicking. Like, I was so, like, that was really such a huge thing for Rosalind.
I came out of that so angry. Like,
I
I
could
was
feel it.
really.
Yeah. See, I felt that, and then I felt really bad because obviously you left. What made you leave? Because again, I don't know what happened. Like the end of that conversation.
Something. I don't remember. Do you remember?
Because you like got up and left.
Yeah.
You? I don't know.
I don't know. He said something, and I was really just like.
But like, I could.
Do you remember?
Of course.
What was it?
I don't know.
But like, because I could feel when you came out into the hallway, like how angry you were and how like actually upset you were.
Yeah.
And
it was something about like, just caring about us, but it was really like trying to get entertainment from it. And I was really like, you need to actually
Because I remember you being like, you just see us as entertainment.
Yeah.
You're using our lives and feelings as entertainment.
Yeah.
And
he said about how interesting we are. I think, was that it?
Maybe.
Because there was a point where he was like,
yeah. I'm
Like,
not saying
I
because
want
I know there were a lot of points that I wanted to leave.
yeah.
But like, I then felt kind of bad, like as Ros, like, but I couldn't do anything about it. That you left, and I could feel how angry you were, and I like really wanted to ask what had happened and make sure you were okay. But like, as Rosalind, I really couldn't cope or like move through anything but this sudden realization that she was having of like, oh my god, like that's what that is. Like, I am attracted to women, and then she started putting it together, and I have never felt that about men, and I don't feel that about men, because like,
I really liked that though.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was a really nice moment.
I'm glad you like, because I didn't like, as Rosalind, I was really aware of like, I know something has just happened in there, and like something was going on with you, but like I couldn't.
No, but like
I couldn't function or like say anything else because that was just so overwhelming. Like my whole body, like everything was just that.
But like it was just an extension of that.
Yeah.
Like everything that followed that and everything that made Talia as angry as she was just like a follow on from like,
but again,
you need to stop treating us like we're just like entertainment for you because we're actually quite new.
Because again, it's like, look at the response Rosalind was having to that. Yeah. Like I was outside really on the brink of like a panic attack because I was suddenly realizing like all these things about my whole life and myself, and he was just in there like, hey, yes, we'll get you some wine, you know. Yeah. So it, you know, that makes me feel better.
Oh no, because I remember what it was, because he said something about like, oh well, we'll probably steal a boat and then we'll get the we'll get music playing.
I remember something about
and
a boat.
I said about like, do you think we can do that in public? And he was like, well, we can, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, you don't understand.
Because you were like, you're not gay.
Yeah.
Like,
but it was also just like,
No, it wasn't about being gay. It was about being rich.
Yeah, it's about the society that we're in. It was, you know, nobody's going to really look at you differently.
Yeah.
It was a whole load of things. It's sort of everything that Talia has struggled with in being in the society that she's in and like being who she is.
Yeah.
And
he kind of trivialized all of that.
Yeah, he was really just like, oh, but just do it.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Just do it. Problem solved.
Yeah.
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 I did enjoy him. I know we're skipping ahead, but I did enjoy him apologising.
Me too.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that.
We will. But yeah, it was. I'm trying to think of what else we said, because I asked you. We talked a lot about like our sexualities. That was really nice, actually.
Yeah.
That was really kind of healing. I don't know if you feel
like,
that. I feel
felt
healed
so
by
better
that conversation.
afterwards.
Like, Yeah, because I asked if you had always known that
Yeah.
you were because I think Rosalind at that point was really like, oh, if I think about this for more than 2 seconds, obviously Talia doesn't like men and will never like men and has never liked a single man.
Yeah.
So like that was quite nice. And it was really nice for Rosalind to hear like that Talia had a really like grounded answer. Like you knew what you were saying to me and you weren't like you were so like certain.
It's so interesting to me that right at the beginning I didn't know what Talia was.
Oh my
because
god,
it's
yeah, that's so
obvious.
funny now.
Yeah.
And it's funny for me because I feel like I knew before we started playing and then you brought Colin in and everything
Colin
Rosalind
changed everything.
Yeah,
for me.
yeah. Everything Rosalind said about Colin to you was really interesting because that was sort of touching on stuff I've never talked about with you before, like as Taya and Maijai. Because it was very internal Rosalind stuff in like the early Bloodlow episodes. But like
That just seems so like nothing.
it's
now.
yeah. And it was nice for me that Rosalind got to talk about that because it does seem so nothing now. But like, yeah, that was when I started, and only because Rosalind was in my brain, because as Taya, like I knew Talia was a lesbian, but like because look at her. But like as Taya, like Rosalind was really in my brain and Rosalind was really being like, oh no, she seems like she likes Colin or like she could like Colin. And the thing that always made Rosalind really sad about that, which I can tell you now because she's told you, is that on paper you make more sense than her and Rosalind. Like if gender wasn't an issue, like you have more in common. Like every time you talked about books and like the fact that you were both kind of awkward and that you sort of functioned similarly in society, like Rosalind, that made me really sad because I was really like, oh yeah, like of course he's so much better for you than I ever was, like even if we could have been together. Like that was a big thing for her.
Yeah. And we talked about Edwin. Just that
Oh
whole
my God,
conversation.
that was so
like it
healing,
really
yeah.
made me feel so like I really went from being really angry and upset to just being like, oh, I'm happy and I'm fine.
Yeah, the Edwin chat was really, because that sort of like gave it a lightness. Because always with Rosalind, when we have these conversations, even when it's really healing, there's like such a heaviness that comes with it because of like the yeah, and like the situations. Because again, every time we talk about it, like I can't ever say how sorry I am, you know, for everything that Rosalind did do wrong, and that really weighs on it so much of the time. And also who Rosalind is and when she thinks about like her life and you know the future. But like the Edwin thing brought such like lightness to it. Like that was so fun. Like I just couldn't stop laughing. Like I've never known what Rosalind's response would be to that. Like if that were a conversation to come up, I hadn't really thought about it, but I like that it was just really funny. Like it was just really like, oh, of course. Like that's really hilarious that you have like known that. And it was nice. Yeah, it was just really nice and sweet.
We danced.
We danced.
And it was so like obviously. You know?
But it was just really cute. And it's just funny to me now that Rosalind can like look back on the first night at the Velvet Masquerade and be like, oh, that's what you meant about Edwin. Because like at the time she was freaking out. But it's just so funny to me. Like Rosalind realizing that she is gay in this episode was like such a thing for me. And I feel like, I don't think it was very noticeable, but I felt different as Rosalind afterwards, like from the rest of the campaign. Like,
No, really?
yeah.
Oh, I couldn't tell.
Really? Because I never know with her. I never know how much.
Yeah, I definitely didn't pick up on any changes in Rosalind
Never.
whatsoever. I would never be able to notice.
Do you know what they're talking about?
No.
Well, and it's so funny because like, and I think she said it because like, obviously she knows that she's like in love with you, but like that's such a, not to be really gay, like, but like, it's such a different separate thing from thinking about attraction in general because it's such a specific thing. And because like, again, this is really gay, but like she meant what she said, like her earliest memories are of loving you. Like she has been loving you like since we were like children, you know, like we grew up like with this like absolute just like connection and like inseparability, and like we know each other so inside out because of that. And like, so that is so incomparable to, you know, like what she feels for Madame Beatrice, which is just kind of physical.
Yeah.
So it's like, today she made the connections, and that was like, as dumb as that sounds, like that was huge.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, it's not just that I'm in love with you as a person specifically. I don't like men.
Yeah.
For Rosalind.
Yeah.
You know.
I also just think it's really interesting that once again we've sort of had this thing where we've been like, oh, we're definitely both in love with each other, and nothing has come of it.
Do nothing about it.
We've not.
It was making me laugh because again, it sort of we'll get there when we get there. But like when I said goodbye to Diamond that day, I was like, oh, maybe next time I see you, we'll have more to talk about. And then we didn't because we still haven't kissed again or done anything.
Again, it's one of those where like having time jumps in makes things slightly not like out of order, but it's just like some things we need to play through to get to the point of that happening.
It needs to feel natural.
Yeah. Rather than it just being like, oh well, it's been 3 days. I'm sure something will have happened by now because that's not.
That's not how it works.
Yeah.
But like, we danced.
We danced.
And then that was really cute. And that was really nice because that just like swept away all of the negative stuff that was coming up. Because I started crying. That's why you were like, okay, let's dance. Because again, it was like the really nice healing conversations on Quinnis for Rosalind always just have this aftermath that's like, oh, but like this is really sad.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't because we danced. And to me, I don't know about you, but like that dance was just really like wholesome and
it was just really fun
and sweet and And then in the kitchen,
and there was like a lot of spinning.
Yes. Sorry to quickly move on, but cottagecore farm life with Agatha and Thomas. I am so obsessed with that whole scene, that whole conversation. I'm obsessed. I have
have
never
a few
been so obsessed with
chickens.
a straight couple in my life.
Goat.
A donkey.
A donkey.
On the beach.
Yeah.
But
What did he
almost
say?
lost her.
Oh my god.
What did he say to me?
He said about your parents, and he said about you being just rich.
It was like, about somebody like him being with somebody like you. And you dropped very abruptly.
Yeah. You were like about to cry. You were like,
Yeah.
But he was really cute. Like he reeled it back very quickly.
yeah.
Oh my
very
god.
good.
He saved up enough money for 5 horses.
5 horses. Cute.
That's so cute.
I love
It makes him pretty fucking rich.
Yeah, I want to know how much money has Thomas saved up? What is 5 horses?
5 horses worth.
How much is a
I'm not-
singular
I
horse?
I mean, not the sort of horses that you guys would have.
No.
No.
Not Clements.
Close.
After.
Clemency.
How are those horses?
But yeah, that I'm
The Viscounts.
yeah. Oh yeah, we left them at the
He's got
Viscount.
our horses. We can get them back now.
Yeah.
But one of you had a conversation where you were saying, no, I didn't take my favourite horse to London.
Well, I didn't know if I did or not.
Now you've decided that you have.
I don't know. I need to.
But you took so Clements and Snow,
Clements and White.
White,
What?
and
I doubt White would be there because White would be at Stone.
Yeah, that's true. It'll be a Bledlow horse.
Yeah.
Regardless. Anyway, this is besides the point. I want to talk about Agnes. Talk Valentina.
Ally. Yeah.
Agnes.
Yeah, I was quite angry at that point whilst like I was like, oh, so this isn't gonna work because I'm rich?
yeah, welcome to reality.
Well yeah, but this is
Your mother's gonna sign off on you marrying a whore.
no, because I'm never going to see my mother again. So
Very slay.
yeah, that's why I said I'd rather be poor than go back.
Yeah, that was a very slay line. I love that.
See how that goes.
Yeah.
It was because Thomas had been like, oh, well, I'm sure you guys are really happy because you're rich.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he said
Oh yeah,
that
he
as
asked
well.
about your family. He was like,
Yeah.
I'm sure you're all really happy because you're
Yeah.
rich. And then he realised that was not the case when you were just like,
Yeah.
Love your tea.
Yeah, but he won me back. So
And this
He won you back
farm
so
life
much.
you've planned. But it came from him. He initiated asking if he could come over tonight.
That is true.
Not me, obviously.
What was Thomas's feelings and thoughts on all of this?
Roll insight. I can't talk about it.
It's true. We never roll. I had a moment where I was like, we should have rolled insight so much.
Can't roll insight now.
I am.
Retrospective. insight.
Rubbish.
Lol.
13.
What was I going to say? I don't know. I really enjoyed watching you guys though. That was
Same.
so cute.
I think that's one of my favourite scenes in the whole show so far. Like
Yeah.
it was so like
Went through a roller coaster of emotions.
did.
Like
Yeah.
I was like, I'm on the brink of crying now. Now I'm angry. Now I'm in love. Now I'm angry again.
Your little tear rolling down your cheek at one point.
That's so Aggie core.
Just like a singular tear.
It was.
It's the roller coaster.
I don't remember what that bit was.
Like I think that was with Albert though, because I don't think I actually.
Oh yeah, I
was.
get confused.
But I did actually cry in front of Albert.
Yeah.
But you've like planned a whole life, like a
Like,
cottage
how
on the
cute
beach,
is that?
And you're just gonna have
Before
a
they
bunch
even
of
had
farm
sex.
animals.
Yeah.
Like,
The thing is though, is that is my dream life, to live in a cottage and have animals. I want chickens. Like, I've been saying this for years. I want chickens.
oh my god, Thomas wanting chickens really badly at the Velvet Masquerade to eat one a day. Like,
It's almost like
Eat a chicken a day.
but like, it's almost like someone sent me a message of what their perfect life would be as a DM for a dream thing. And
Oh! Oh yeah! I forgot about that.
As its uses. Anyway, chickens in the garden. Eat a
I
chicken
didn't
every
even
day.
clock that. I was just like, this is what I want. Yeah.
I know it's like unrealistic, but I so desperately want at the end of this campaign you to have your cottage with Thomas on the
Same.
beach. I need this like to happen.
It's so. Do you guys find it as well that like I so envision like what their future is, and then I remember the world that they live in.
Yep.
Where like I imagine all of us
I'm
when we're grown up.
crushed.
Yeah, and it's like we're happy, you're happy with Thomas. We've each got our own cottages. We like come and visit. It's all a really lovely
Yeah.
time. And then I'm like, oh wait,
Yep.
no. In fact, that will probably never happen.
Yeah. Whoa.
Not to bring the mood down.
Anyway,
But anytime I think about like, you know, if we end up doing like a here's where they are in like 20 years thing, I always like my instinct is like, oh, here they are, and then I'm like, oh,
no, there's
actually,
a lot
no, they're not.
for them to. But I think it is possible. Maybe I'm Delulu.
Well,
But
then,
like, I think
if
there are ways
we-
around things. Like,
Like
Just have to
Edwin
wait and
knows
see.
people.
yeah, that was interesting.
And there's also, because Albert is clearly very okay with it, so he can just give me
money,
Money.
an allowance,
an allowance, and then me and Thomas can live however we want to live. We don't even need to be poor, just
Yeah,
Comfortable.
comfortable.
yeah.
My mother doesn't need to know anything about it.
Oh, interesting point, which is too far ahead, and I'm sure we'll come back to. Martha went to Bedlow. Hasn't been heard of for 5 days.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God. Georgiana has drugged her. I'm calling it. Georgiana has locked her in a fucking room.
Yeah.
There is no way.
She's
that
going
Martha-
bonkers in a room,
There's
and Georgiana has locked her
No
up.
way
I'm telling you.
that if Martha went to Bledlow,
you know.
found out I was not there, yeah, she's going off the fucking rails.
Yeah. I mean, if she could, she'd be going to London, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She would be
she's-
following us, and she hasn't been.
So
as far as-
Georgiana has either drugged, killed, or locked her up. Like,
Yes.
and I don't think, like, Georgiana is batshit and ruthless.
She's not
like,
gonna kill someone.
no, but she would drug her. She
would.
lock her in
She
a room.
absolutely would.
Like, she literally would.
She 100%.
And I
Especially
say
to preserve
slay
the family
Georgiana.
Hey, we don't go that far. We never compliment Georgiana.
Yeah, but
When
if it
it's
was for anything,
against
it would
my
be-
mother,
This is
yes.
the thing. I hate Georgiana and Martha, but anything they do that's bitchy to each other,
It's
I
very
support.
sad.
I
Yeah.
support. 10 out of
that
10.
is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let the
Anyway.
abusive mothers destroy each other, and
Yeah.
then we're
Leave us
fine.
alone, yeah.
I had a point that I was going to make, and I'm trying to think what it was. No, it's fine. I interrupted myself. Yes, I have. This was my question for you.
Yes.
Because obviously Rosalind, at a certain point, started to know and understand that Talia was a lesbian. What did Talia think Rosalind's sexuality was? I'm interested. Like, did Talia know Rosalind was gay?
Yes.
Yeah, because that's what I thought. I just wanted it, like, confirmed.
Yes.
And I want, like, at what point did you know? Like, if I can ask that.
Okay.
Is it stuff we can't talk about on camera?
Babe. All Talia did at balls was watch you dance with men.
Yeah. I don't know what you mean.
Always. The answer is always. The answer is there has not been a doubt in her mind.
I thought
I
so.
mean-
I just wanted to, like, ask and have it confirmed. Because
but in
I
the
know...
sense of like, she has always known as well that Rosalind was gonna like really
Rosalind
try.
doesn't know, yeah.
Yeah. So like there has always been a like.
You could spend your whole life married to a man and never think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like any like worries, jealousy, concern, anything like that.
Like it's still valid.
Yeah, was still very like, oh, you might actually marry this man and think that you love them.
Yes.
Because it was always that. It was always, she doesn't know and she might think that she's
in
like,
love. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, no, but like
yeah.
for what Rosalind thinks loving her husband would look like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. That is what I thought. I just was like, I made a note because I just wanted to know now that we can like talk about stuff.
Silly question.
Well, anyway, what happened next? You, Jonathan.
Walked in on us dancing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I just
You just
stood there for a bit. I'm like, these fucking lesbians. What are they up to?
I'm so intrigued on what
Agatha
Agatha
think?
thinks. Because like it's never,
I probably, I haven't thought. I think I've.
because it's never spoken about.
No.
Agatha,
All you know
Arnold.
is that you read in a journal like Talia being really gay about Rosalind.
Yeah.
All you know is Rosalind is obsessed with men and a bunch of men are trying to marry her and she's kind of cool with that.
Yeah.
But then you've also seen us like you've walked in on us like dancing. Like
You've been in bed together.
We've been in bed together. You don't know that we've kissed or said we love each other, like, to each other.
No.
You don't know, because this is the thing I'm interested in, is Agatha doesn't know any of Rosalind's feelings. Like, you've read the journal, but you also haven't read the journal that clearly.
No.
Yeah.
And you've never commented on it. Like
Yeah.
you never say anything.
And I'm really interested in what Aggie's
I think
thinking.
I think I'm just like, you know what? I was wrong about the whole Talia liking me less situation.
Don't
Like,
put your foot in it any more times.
Yeah, maybe she's just scared of causing more beef.
yeah.
Do you know, Doctor? Because I want how it feels for you. Because the way that it feels for me is very, really early on. Like I think it was when we had when we were like going into whites and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this sort of, before there was any tension about whether or not I liked Rosalind more than you, there was this sort of like unspoken, like, I won't push you on anything and you won't push me on anything, but like we're friends and we get each other. I really feel that's coming back.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because I'm honestly, when I see you two together, I'm not feeling much. Like, as myself,
Yeah.
I'm really happy, but as Agatha, I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah, cool, whatever.
Because this is the other thing, actually. Agatha knows that when she goes and watches Thomas work out, Rosalind goes and watches
Oh, yeah,
Talia.
of course.
So, like, that's funny. I've only just realised that Rosalind does that all the time.
Yeah.
Lol.
That's why I left earlier. Oh, I mean, later on in the episode, because when you were fighting Richard. Fighting Richard again? Yeah.
Yeah. Lol.
Like, bye.
Guess I'll leave you to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know how aware Talia is. That's what Rosalind's doing?
Yeah, I want to know, because I don't think Talia's as aware as she should be.
No,
I have
I
to
think
roll
she's-
insight.
Well, no, because this is the thing. I did a little roll for myself on one of them. I got a 1.
And,
So I'm really like, I don't think she's putting the pieces as clearly as they're being put down.
They're being put down very clearly.
yeah. Rosalind is staring at you.
Rosalind is, like, swooning.
But
Like,
again,
she
if
literally
they're-
has to sit down because her knees are weak. She's embarrassing herself, like, 24/7, and she's getting away with it because Talia doesn't know shit.
Yeah.
Like, when Talia starts picking up on it, Rosalind is going to be so bullied and roasted, like, and embarrassed.
Yeah. I can't wait for us to get to that point and it's not be this, like...
No, that's actual footage of Talia and Rosalind interacting at all times. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then we went. Was it then that the
goodbye.
three of us went and we said goodbye? You made Jonathan like bow to you.
I didn't make him bow. He did offer to bow, which is good because I was going to make him bow. I was going to make him get on his knees because I thought it would be really funny. And then he was already bowing. So I was just like, stay.
Rosalind thought that was really hot.
Yeah.
And again, I'm like, Talia just doesn't know shit.
Talia's vaguely aware.
That Rosalind like enjoys when you're mean to men.
Yeah, but not in the sense of like beating up.
Right. So like, was she more aware of it in just that thing with Jonathan?
Yes.
That's hilarious. Because, like, the beating up is just, like, an extension of that. Like, it's all the same thing. That has the same effect on Rosalind.
But there's still this, like, you know, the beating up is, like, bloody and gruesome and it's very, like, Talia thing.
Yeah, very, like, something that Rosalind would not normally enjoy.
You are proper manspreading right now.
Wow!
I can't get my legs comfy. There's a pole where my other leg should be.
Okay.
Okay.
The pink zebra song is killing me.
Yeah, yeah, they are.
Nice.
Lol. And then
This is way comfier, actually.
Slay. And then I spoke to Diamond, and she called me a silly little girl or something.
Probably.
Weird, or like weird. Like she said something.
I think she called you silly.
But it was nice. That
like
felt
a nice
that
way.
felt like approval. Rosalind was like, "We're friends now. I'm not scared of you anymore." Like it was cute.
Yeah.
And then again, the thing I find really funny is that Rosalind was like, "Oh, well, maybe next time we'll have more fun things to talk about, and I'll have more to tell you." And
who do you
then
think John
we just didn't ever.
Who do you think told Jonathan off?
Oh my God, was it Diamond?
Oh.
Oh, Diamond's gonna be my bestie.
Yeah.
I want it to be headcanon.
I love Diamond.
I love
Yeah.
Diamond now.
No, that's a weird
Isn't
turn of
it?
events.
I think, yeah, because, like, we all have a bit of awkwardness with Diamond. You too, because she overheard a conversation, me because she fucked my dad.
Yeah, those are on the same level.
Yeah. And, like...
Weirdly, we seem to be responding more to her than
But
you.
then
Yeah.
I feel like me at least have had more with her because like it's one thing
Yeah.
that she fucked your dad.
Yeah.
But it's like she saw that thing, but then she didn't let it go for actually.
Yeah.
Like, she's not really pushed
And
you
she
about
comment-
fucking your
she
dad.
comments
She
on-
twirled a paddle at me and winked at me.
Yeah.
Because what?
Yeah.
She thought that would be funny.
It was funny.
I'm sure it was for her. Rosalind wasn't laughing.
I always forget that she fucked your dad. Really must make a note of that, like on my front page. So it's always there.
Diamond fucked Harold.
Really ought to come up more.
And what was his fake name that he was
Reginald.
using? Reginald.
Yeah.
Reggie.
Reginald.
Reginald.
But
Yeah.
and then Diamond tried to have this like fun girly chat with me and realised Rosalind can't have fun girly chats because she's a mess.
And then you just like apologise.
And then she was like, "You're a weird little girl," and then I was like, "We're besties now. You like me." And then I said that maybe I'd have more to talk to her about, and then I never did because I didn't do shit.
As always.
As always,
It will happen.
it will.
Yeah.
We said slow burn.
We said
We just said
You
like
really
to the
have.
audience slow burn. Because this is
Yeah.
what's really funny is
like that we started this game in love with each other.
yeah. No, but the thing is like we thought that this was going to be like a really slow like nobody would even be picking things up until like way in. And then we sat down.
Episode 11, you were like, "I'm in love with Rosalind."
Well, then we sat down at the table and we were like, "Oh shit, this isn't going to be a nobody
Yeah.
finds out until really late in."
It
So
was
now,
pretty fucking obvious.
At what point did you, as Morne, like think?
before we even played.
Yeah.
Yeah, before we even played.
But like, I mean, like in game, like
it was you going,
that was episode 3.
yes.
Yeah, that was a choice actually from you. That was a bold move.
Yeah.
and the way that you reacted to it.
Oh yeah, I really.
Yeah, you were like,
Okay, Rosalind's touch starved. What do you want from her?
But no, the point that we're now at is that like all of the audience just gets to sit with us in our uncomfortable like I just want things to be faster.
But they're
can't
taking
be.
it at their own pace, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lol.
And then we said goodbye to Madam.
Madame.
Damn. Do you know again this
the
is,
Viscount saying Madame.
Do you know what it is? It's because me and Lyndon realised that, like, in a lot of ways, Rosalind and the Viscount are actually really similar. And then he started doing that, and I was like, fuck you for playing on that, actually.
My foot's going numb.
Oh, okay.
Because it was the fact that he was doing that, like, before Rosalind came in, and, like, so he couldn't have been doing that because, do you know what I mean? Like, he was doing that anyway. It wasn't because Rosalind says Madame.
Yes, I'm well aware.
Yeah. But we'll get there when we get there. Because, first of all, Well, first of all, I actually want to talk about Thomas and his fucking choice of the blind man of Ratcliffe.
Oh God, what was that?
Unhinged. That's just Lyndon being unhinged.
And he wanted to join in.
He was cute.
It was very.
You all had little fake personas. He was like, I could have one too.
The blind man of Ratcliffe.
He didn't make a very good blind man.
No,
You had two people holding on to you, and yet you.
he was just like,
With advantage, he rolled like a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's a big boy. He's got a lot of weight to like move around or
I can't remember what was my first roll in natural one.
that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
But
I can just imagine us like walking, just like
Same.
gripping onto him, being like, Thomas,
like
just
trying
stand fucking
to still
still.
be really like,
Come on.
yeah, and there's nothing weird
Two
about
tiny
this
people
school.
compared to him.
That's true, actually. We did pick the weakest, smallest people.
In my
Yeah.
head, and this is really stupid logic for why my brain was like, it should be you and not me. I was like,
Because you're dressed as a boy.
no.
Oh.
I was like, you're a dancer.
What?
I was also just like, you're better at
Moving.
that. Yeah.
Well, this is right. Okay,
I
yeah,
forgot how big and
Rosalind
large
is a
he
good
was.
dancer, but like Rosalind is 5'2" and has 0 strength.
Yeah, I forgot how large Thomas was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thomas is like so much bigger than both of us.
I was just like, you're really graceful.
Yeah,
So that makes
that's not
more
gonna
sense.
do shit when I've got this like massive man.
I told you it
and
didn't
my
make
arms
sense.
are little sticks.
I told you it wasn't sound logic.
That's such Talia brain though. That's
Bro.
really funny. Oh well.
We made it.
Yeah, we did make it. And then we found someone.
Who was in the reception?
It wasn't
room?
Jonathan or Lucas.
It was Albert Pentecost.
Love Albert. What a guy.
I think, as a character, from my perspective, I love Albert.
Same.
There was a bit of awkwardness between Agatha and Albert at first,
Which is natural.
but I think that comes from, oh my God, you're actually here.
yeah.
Like,
And even before the whole London like adventure, you've not seen him because you've been staying at Ledlow.
Yeah.
You know, and he's
And
been
he's-
off married, like
he's
with Jane White.
in the honeymoon phase.
I think Albert is like, I like Albert as a character.
Same. Same. I don't know if I like him as a person yet.
Yeah.
But I do think he's a fun character.
Yeah. And
What-
it's nice because, like, did we meet Albert in session 0?
Barely.
Yeah, it was his
So, like,
wedding.
5 words.
Yeah.
But because it was his wedding, you know, he was off, you know, with men.
Yeah.
We were with Jane
So-
White.
Yeah. So it was nice to have some interaction with him.
What were your thoughts on bringing him in, like, as a character? Like, were you excited because that's an NPC you hadn't really got to play with before?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
What are your feelings on the reunion conversation between you two? Because that is, again, one of my favourite bits, I think, in the show so far. I thought it was so interesting and, like, loaded.
It was good, yeah. I think, yeah, I mean, I do, you know, obviously I knew who he was. And then but you don't know how that is going to be met with. So definitely, there was a lot more animosity than I was hoping for. Because he's like this suave, dashing guy, and you're just like, what? Whereas I think he was hoping, well, not him, but like me,
You as Albert.
well, whatever. Someone in here was hoping he'd be like,
Welcomed like a hero.
he'll like breeze in and be like, oh yes, here I am. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest spy that's ever lived. And you'll be like, oh my God, he's here. Certainly someone, but yeah, anyway.
Respectfully, do you ever think Talia is going to be glad to see a man? Ever?
Yes.
That's not her dad.
One man, well, okay, 2 men then. There will be one NPC that you will be like, yes, love this guy.
Zach.
Okay, 3 men. So then we're already mentioning at least 2 then.
No, straight men that aren't relations.
What about, like, Richard?
Oh yeah, I love Richard Castell. But it's
Yeah, but I
different,
mean, like,
yeah.
somebody coming in from who like knows about all of this, or like anyone who has known about this, who has also known us
Yeah.
for our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Like, I'm not even.
There's plenty of male NPCs that you'll like.
Yeah, but the meeting was...
But will I be glad to see them when they first arrive? Is the
No,
question.
never.
No.
Yeah, we'll have something.
Bring back Seth.
What were you gonna say?
That the meeting with Albert was really weird because he took everything so easily. The fact that
Title my sex tape.
Yeah.
the fact that one, I've run away from home. I have joined a fraternity. I'm actively
boys.
taking drugs. I have a boyfriend
yeah.
Who's come to stay?
who's come to stay.
Clearly, whether or not he knows he's from the Velvet Masquerade, from Ratcliffe,
Yeah.
a poor boy
Yeah.
boyfriend.
And I'm crying my eyes out in front of him, and he's just like,
And then he heard you fuck.
yeah. And
Yeah,
yet, and yet,
Thomas.
and yet, he's just like letting it happen. He's not being like the protective big brother. He's being quite chill.
And that surprised me, but I really,
That-
in
it
a nice
surprised me,
way, I was like,
yeah.
oh, he's actually respecting you as a human. Like,
Yeah.
he actually is, like, listening to you.
He's not being like, oh, I'm big brother, my little sister, you can't touch her.
Yeah. And I also really liked, I mean, obviously I know it's a very convoluted and, like, horrible situation, the, like, Martha thing. But I know that, like, you know, he still didn't do anything. You know, he still allowed her to be the way she was, and, you know, he knew the truth the whole time, and so did your dad. But I like that he apologised, and I like that he acknowledged that he had better memories of your mother because he knew her for 10 years before she became a religious crazy woman. Like, I like that there was at least, like, validation for you from Albert.
Yeah.
Like, that was what I hoped Agatha would get.
The
She
thing
needed
is,
it, I think.
though, I can't expect Albert to do much
Yeah.
because that's his mother also. Harold, on the other hand, had a lot of power to perhaps try and stop that, but he didn't.
There was one comment that stuck out from me, and that was like something like he chose her comfort over your comfort or something. And I was like,
Yeah. Like, because that's the thing, because, like, the whole thing was like, oh, but if Martha knew the truth, it would break her. But it was like, okay, but then they've raised you full of religious trauma and, like, all this horrible stuff, like, for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, they picked letting Martha be this, like, religious zealot and not breaking her, and what they did instead was break you and, like, almost give you the same issues as Martha. Like, they let her repeat herself on you for years
And then
to stop her
and
from
then
being
to say
her.
that it was about like image.
yeah. But, like, think about, like, if I hadn't been told that God wasn't real, then I could have very easily had children of my own, pushed that
Passed it
onto
on
them,
again.
and it would just been a cycle.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine all the people.
But,
Yeah,
like,
when he said that it was, what was the thing you just said?
Martha's comfort over Agatha's.
Yeah, well, okay, two things. And like when he said breaking, obviously he means like completely break, like insane, go insane. That's what they were.
I know that.
So it wasn't comfort; it was sanity.
I know that.
I'm well aware, but it's
And then the second thing was, I've already forgotten what you just said, but it was
comfort.
no, that was the first thing. I'm trying to let this gap. Out. It's
Like
gonna be really
the cycle of religious trauma, like the passing it on thing.
long. No. Oh, it was about appearances. Yeah, so you meant like Harold can't just like divorce her and get rid of her and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
And he can't just like put her in an asylum if she's crazy.
Why not?
But I think
Did
he
it all the
could.
time.
Yeah,
Men did that
literally.
literally all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was Harold's choice.
Yeah, that's his burden to bear.
Oh,
Fucking burden.
I did a
and that
podcast on Jonathan.
Oh, yeah.
that was really
Get to
good.
that.
good.
Sorry, I just remembered.
Yeah. But
yeah.
Albert seems chill. I think there's going to have to be some warming up to do because of the 10-year age gap. There's some distance between us, and yeah, I think just we'll get there.
Yeah.
He is my brother. He is my brother after all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and we all know how important brotherly bonds are.
I also find it. I was annoyed by him when he was mean to Lucas, and I was also interested.
You weren't there.
Yeah,
Right?
I know. At the Taya, I was like at the table, like I was like, oh, this guy. But like then also, I was very interested that he stayed longer than he should have in his trial.
Yeah, that was an interesting thing.
Because he sort of brushed that away. He was like, yes, I stayed longer than I should have. Anyway, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah, and I
and I
didn't-
was like,
Because I did pick up on that, I just didn't push it. So
I also just think it's such a man thing that
They
when
don't talk
that
about
when
it.
it was like, oh, I want to talk to you about the dream, he was like, we don't talk about that. We
Yeah.
don't do that sort of thing.
And that's why I was like, but I'm your sister.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
really like, okay. And then like, not to be mean, but like the dream world that he described was so like average.
So yeah, like
Yeah, you put me on the spot.
but that's
though.
because he's
Like,
just
but I
some
believe
guy.
that
Yeah,
that
like
was his
that's
dream
true.
world. Like, I think it was completely what it was.
100%.
I just think it's
I mean, there would have been more details to make it more interesting, but yeah.
But he wasn't going to share those anyway.
The basic thing was, happy wife, happy life.
Happy kids, happy.
Yeah.
The
Couple
thing
little
I
twins.
did pick up on was 2 children who were happy and equally happy being raised together. Like, I don't know. I just thought it was interesting because obviously he knows that his own family has its issues, you know, and his dream world was like him having a perfect family and
Yeah.
like, happy kids that he's not messing up with religious trauma. But yeah,
Yeah, because he was told.
yeah. But, yeah, and then
I showed him our room.
yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
what an odd choice.
Thomas
None of you have ever made any kind of thing about, oh, let's make this room our own, let's decorate it. It's just to say, oh, no, that's not true. You took the beds down. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dismantled the bunk beds and made the place look even
put
more
some
messy
like
than it could
books on the bookshelf, and that was about
be. I just love what you've done with the place.
I don't know what was going through my head then. I was like,
He really came in and we all just sort of,
Stopped. We were all just like,
and then he left and we were like, okay, we can continue.
yeah.
God.
And then something happened. Something happened
Yeah, what
for
was
Agatha.
that again?
No? Huh?
Something happened, didn't it?
Somebody left the room, went to a different room, and then,
Somebody asked something, and somebody said yes.
and then I think it faded to black.
What?
It's really not my place to discuss it. I'll have to be... But they fucked!
Yeah, they did.
I can't believe Agatha is sexually active.
I can't believe Agatha is sexually active before fucking Talia. Not before fucking Talia.
Do you know,
How dare you? You were
I've been
mine.
thinking about this because I knew that there was a possibility Thomas was coming back to Temple with us, and I've been toying with this like by myself, being like, will Agatha do it? Will she not?
What?
Was that a joke? Yeah. Okay. And then I was really unsure, but it was until Albert said rule number 2, don't get pregnant, and I was like, he's okay. He's given me a
Gave
blessing.
you that like acceptance to
Yeah.
do it, that it was okay to do.
Yeah. I know it's weird that a man gave me my blessing, but like that was what was going through my head. Like
it's
my
Agatha,
my
you know.
family member has approved of this, so I'm gonna do it. So I did.
And was it good?
Yeah, was it good? Can you answer that?
I have to roll for that.
Well, I mean, no, he's a professional.
Yeah, this is his job, is to please women.
That's so true.
High five me for saying the same joke.
But it's, there's a lot for you to take in there.
Literally.
Yeah.
The whoa!
Yeah.
I can't
And
believe
he was loud. He was.
I can't believe
He was loud, and I just
loud.
made no noise.
what I like about that. My headcanon interpretation of this is that Thomas obviously can control the noises he makes because it's his job. Like Thomas knows to make whatever noises the woman who's paying for him wants to hear or not hear.
Yeah.
I think Thomas was noisy because, like, for the first time, he can just be himself. Like, he's not being paid to, like, make noise or not make noise or make certain noises. Like, it's real for him with you. And I really like that.
Yeah, that's pretty gay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Really gay. A man and a woman.
But yeah, check out our Patreon for Morne's
We're not doing
type up of what
not
happened
safe
that night.
for work roleplay.
Yeah.
Are we? Are we?
I'll think about it.
Why not?
We'll have to put that for a higher price.
People need to know.
Yeah, maybe
People
we'll
want to know.
Not doing
No
that
one
for
needs to
$3
know.
a
We'll
month.
do an OnlyFans-esque tier where you can just read like Morne's like family. It's not
just
fanfiction because it's
writing.
it's real because it's your
Yeah.
character. An account of Agatha losing her virginity.
We'll find out.
I can't believe but I sort of always knew that little sickly religious Agatha would be the one doing drugs, having sex, like doing everything first. 'Cause
I'm
it
so
makes so much
mad.
sense.
Because it's everything that my character was supposed to be. And now my character's just a mess because somebody over here has their character.
Sorry.
But my question is Agatha more, or was on this first night, was she more proactive or was...
Oh, she
let
would
him
have.
do the
She
work?
would have just let him
Agatha's
do
a
the
pillow
work.
princess.
Yeah, she wouldn't have done anything.
Well, she doesn't know what to do. is
Yeah,
the thing, like-
exactly.
Yeah, but some people could not know what to do, but still, jump on top and give it a good go.
I suppose, like, if Thomas was like, "Hey, do you want to try this?" I would have been like, "Okay," and then be shy at first, but
I feel like there's really nice communication between the two.
Yeah, I feel like everything is like communication.
I feel like
Communication is
he would have
What is
been.
this conversation?
He would have been very slow. He would have been keeping up, like asking her everything, like,
Yeah.
"Are you okay? Can I do this? Can I do that?" He would have.
Well, you have to with the tools that he's working with.
Meanwhile,
Good for Agatha.
Yeah.
You know what? Applaud her. Good for her. Proud of her, actually.
we just had an awkward conversation about the Viscount.
Listening to Thomas
Yeah.
in our push together double bed.
With a gap down the middle. 'cause
Yeah.
It's never going to push
Which
together
again, we
properly.
didn't cuddle or do anything.
Hey.
You've
Once
always-
again, I offer, and Rosalind says, "Yes, but we shall be apart."
Rosalind doesn't know how to do anything.
And you've had so many people like offer advice now.
I know, but she's really a baby. She's taking her baby steps.
If you're not careful,
What do you mean?
you might lose them.
What?
Snooze, you lose, babes.
Fuck.
Yeah, maybe Diamond will just come swing me off.
Yeah, sure, like, that's enough of this. One of you has to learn what to do.
But
Oh god, it just all played out.
Hope you're not saving it to be special.
Jesus.
I'm scared.
Anyway, yeah.
Both of you and Diamond. She just
Diamond's just has enough.
Does what's it called? The movie, the two twins, and they do the parenty trick thing.
Parent trap.
Parent trap. Yeah, she'll like
Like set it up so we have sex.
like not parent trap you, but like girlfriend trap you.
The
And she's like,
girlfriend.
yes, I need to speak to you in my room.
But like it's just
It's
the
just
other
you
one
two.
of us.
Yeah, then the door locks.
No, because like
You're not coming
just
out to
sit
you.
and talk and just be like, I don't know what to do.
These girls.
No, because you know what else it was, and I feel like I can share this because it's very Talia core of me.
I'm scared.
Because obviously we had both been told to make a move at the end
Yes.
of the last.
And then neither of us did.
No, but you know what part of it was because we'd sat down and all they had said to both of us when we'd been sat together and then after you left was like, go do it, go do it, go do it. And we
Yeah,
find it so
yeah.
entertaining. And I was like,
Yeah,
I'm
and
not
then-
going to do it to entertain you.
Yeah,
No matter
yeah.
what you say, it's not going to happen.
That's entertainment. You know that song. Wait,
Yeah.
you should know that song.
Saturday.
Do we need to edit this out to like hide your shame?
No.
Because I have no idea.
I don't feel.
get-
I
I
don't
get
feel
it.
shame. So
Stop.
I'm not ashamed.
Morne never feels shame.
should we edit it out?
Giving Agatha on
Edit this
Morne
out so it's
feeling
not
shit.
shameful. What? I was just asking if you knew a song.
But
Anyway,
it was very like teenager of me.
Yeah. No, but I get it. I mean, yeah.
I think it was also very valid because then it was like anything that happened, they'd be like, "Oh, we made that happen."
Yeah.
And I'm really like, no, you don't get to control everything.
Yeah. And I just think it was also like that.
They would think that.
Yeah.
And like Talia
Yeah,
is
but because
well
they
aware
love
of
you
that.
guys, they just want you to be happy.
No, I get it, and I know that for them, they're coming from like.
Yeah,
this-
it is wholesome.
But they're also they just think it's entertaining.
Yeah.
Like they do care genuinely, but also on top of
they
that,
think we're silly
it's a-
little girls.
it's a bit of a
and
it's
gossip.
fun to watch,
Yeah.
and they like to gossip about us.
The
Yeah.
thing that's entertaining isn't you doing it, it's you not doing it. That's what's entertaining them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I just it's.
But like, not to again like give voice to the fact that these are teenage girls that rule our brains, but like they don't understand.
Yeah.
Like they don't get it.
Yeah.
So like, it's actually not funny that we can't do anything. Do you know, like, because they don't understand why. Like they just don't get it.
Yeah.
But I do get from them it is really wholesome and cute and funny.
Yeah.
But at least you know what to do now.
What?
At least you know what to do
Who?
physically.
Me?
Your characters.
Rosalind doesn't.
Yeah, you do. You've seen it all.
Rosalind,
That was the whole point of having an orgy.
do you think the state Rosalind was in at the orgy,
So many
do
times.
you think she retained anything?
Okay, well, at least one of you knows what to do.
Yes.
Just gotta make the move.
Yeah, the one who's like, oh, I don't want to pressure her to do anything because she's been pressured to do everything all of her life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Rosalind's just like, no, seriously, pressure me. Like, I just need the potion, then I'll do it.
Hope one of you
Like-
doesn't die before this happens.
It won't happen like that. We're just not gonna die. But anyway,
Anyway.
Well, I mean, now that one of you's lost their virginity, they're basically like targeted for death.
this isn't a horror film. But anyway, where were we in the episode? Bed. Yeah, we talked about the Viscount, and you were actually like,
You were
I kind of
right,
don't care
yeah.
now. You were like, it's kind of fine. Did that play out? Did you feel like Talia's thoughts about, oh, I don't mind now, translated into when you actually did see him?
Yes, to the
Oh, sorry, I was about to.
But you asked one person a question and then you just turned away from them.
No, because I had a
Like,
thought.
oh, no, actually don't speak.
No, because that's how I map out. I have a thought over here because it relates to you, so I have to like hold it physically.
yes to the extent of I wore the clothes that he paid for so that I could be like, look, I am wearing your gift. And I wasn't actively mean.
Yeah, you weren't. That's... Yeah, because my question over here, my thought was, do you feel like it translated Talia's I think I'm going to be fine now?
No.
But the other thing is, I think the face that you're saying I was like pulling at him was, for me, I was really confused and trying to figure out how to articulate something. And I think the way that my face came across was, I hate you, shut up.
Yeah, probably, maybe. But either way, that's what came across.
And
That's what
given
happened.
his
That's
past
canon.
experience with you is just that 24/7, it makes sense.
But I did think it was interesting that Madam B didn't know the difference.
I also, just to like go, because I just want to flag it, because I thought it was, because actually not funny at all. I don't know why I'm saying this as a like, that's funny thing. It's actually devastating. You said something to Rosalind in bed that really freaked her out.
I did.
You
That was a
made,
mistake.
yeah, you were like, you do know that you're as important as your brothers and like men in general, like even without doing anything helpful, like. And Rosalind was just didn't talk to you again for the rest of the night.
Yep.
Rosalind was like, guess I can't answer that. I will go to sleep.
Yep.
Bye.
Good night.
That was really difficult for me. I was really like, I can't do anything, and I know this is now really boring to watch because it's gone on for so long. But like, Rosalind couldn't think or speak or
I
function or do
apologise
anything.
for nothing.
Lol. So then, what was the next thing? Was it that we went back and we met the Viscount?
Then is where it gets all a
This,
bit
this second
convoluted.
half is going to
Yeah.
be bitty to recap.
We're only halfway through? Because we're going to run out of battery power soon.
Okay, so let's go.
But there's not that much in the next bit. 'Cause
Yeah,
it
it
is
is
just sort of-
bitty. So we saw the Viscount, and that was that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is interesting that you said like Madame was like you
Because
staring
Madame not-
daggers at him.
Madam.
Ah, you did it! You did my thing.
Madam normally knows.
Oh, I can. I'm the DM can only DM what he sees. He saw glaring.
No, I know, but that's why that's what I think is interesting because
Yeah.
Madam B usually is so good at knowing what Talia's thinking and feeling.
Manapee's only me. Only me.
I
If I see what looks like shooting daggers across at the Viscount,
Right.
that's
So
the only
that's
way.
how it was also taken from Madam B. And we're talking about the characters in the game and what they
Think.
usually
Yeah.
say to Talia and the way that they normally respond to her.
yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't make any sense because you can't. It can't be any other way because I can't.
Yeah, I know,
it's
but like
just-
in game, when you don't exist and there is no one DMing Madame, because that's how it feels to us, and she is just Madame and she is her own being.
Mm-hmm.
But like, anyway, shall we move on?
So confusing.
It was weird seeing him again. Like,
yeah,
for
how
me-
was it for you?
Yeah.
I really, had
really
to stop
fucking
myself laughing
weird.
quite a few
Really
times.
fucking weird. Like, it wasn't actually funny or fun. Like,
No.
And I thought it would be. Like, going into it was so odd because I thought that, especially with the realization that she had just had, like, making it even more solid for her, like, I really thought it would be so much easier for her. Like, not that it would be easy, but I thought she would be, like, it would just be easier for her to do. And it's odd because since all of her, like, developments on her brain around men and her history and interactions with men, it's odd because like it was easy to sort of be around Albert, and it's easy with Lucas, and but with the Viscount it felt like such a, because I think it was contrived, you know, because it was this is a man who wants to marry me, like this is a man I have been like that to so aggressively, like for such a long period of time, like it was
Will marry.
it was such like a big step to go in and see him and have to, like, it felt like I was in a disguise, like it felt like I was lying, I was testing out a lie for the first time, even though I wasn't.
And it worked.
Like, I was doing what she's always done, like exactly the same thing, basically.
Yeah,
She's
but
just
what
aware
she's
of
always
it.
done is lie.
Yeah, but this is what I mean, but she's not been aware of it. So I was so nervous, like my heart was racing, like I couldn't breathe properly, like in the carriage there. And then I think she settled into it as it got along. Like by the end, it was easy, but like the first sort of half of that first meeting with him was really like it. Like that's why she asked afterwards. She was like, "Did you think I seemed the same to him?" Because she really felt like in that first half she was being really not the same. Like she really felt like she was putting it on too much, and like being really, really false, and she looked nervous. Like that's how she felt.
No.
But
Didn't come across like that.
No.
I'm really
It was
glad
like
didn't.
nothing
Very
had ever
safe for her.
happened.
Yeah,
Good.
you really instantly were just like, oh, there she is.
Yeah. And I like that she did find it by the end. By the end, she was more like, okay, I can do this. Like, I know what I'm doing. But yeah, it was interesting. It was weird. Like, it was... Like, she sort of didn't really talk about it that much afterwards, but there was such a, like, oh my God, I believed that of myself. Like, I was like that, and I meant it. Like, that's really actually embarrassing.
No, because she said it out loud.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, that's kind of embarrassing. I was like,
Yeah. Like, but it was, I think she's going to have a lot of fun with it. Like, I can feel it's going to be fun. It just was that first time was really nerve-wracking.
Yeah. My favourite moment was the instant relief when we started dancing.
Yeah.
And Agatha obviously fading to black.
Agatha's multiple favourite moments.
Yeah.
Over and over.
My-
You're now sexually active.
Yes.
Continually.
My favourite moment though was our little cottage core
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah.
I think that was so. Even though there was like a little bit of anger at a certain moment.
It's gone.
That's okay.
Well,
just
then
have
if
to
we're still
finish up
using
on it.
camera audio.
Yeah.
Yes.
We apologise for the dying mic pack.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I just thought it was cute and.
It was. My favourite moment, I have a lot from this episode, is Aggie fading to black.
Mm-hmm.
Like your whole chat with Albert.
Oh yeah, that as well.
Madame telling Rosalind she did good with the Viscount. Our dancing, Rosalind realising she's gay. Like that was not a pleasant or nice thing, but it's my favourite in terms of moving Rosalind along.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
You know what you want to
There
say.
There was lots of good stuff. I suppose, yeah, all of it. Everything that I did was great. Jonathan being a dick.
Oh, and I got to do a blood curse on Jonathan. That
That
is
was
up there.
really
That
good.
was so good.
Other Jonathan, definitely not.
Whitmore.
Yeah, what's the word?
Poor Jonathan.
You wouldn't even know the football team when you're like the player of the week or whatever.
MVP.
Yeah, that's it, MVP. Most valuable player. Yeah, definitely not MVP this week since he barely got
Barely got screen time.
yeah. Obviously introducing Albert. That was nice and fun because it's about time we had like a male leadership role really take over the storyline. And
You're such a troll.
yeah, sure, just that.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Closing thoughts?
Looking forward to the ball.
I can't wait for the ball.
I'm so excited about the
This
ball.
man has something sneaky going on.
I'm scared about the ball,
Yeah.
but I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Oh, I also really liked when the Viscount was like, oh, well, I'll have my sword, so we'll be very safe. And we were all just sat there like, your sword isn't going to do shit. Like,
Yeah.
we're safe because we can do stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
We've
that
got
was...
your
yeah.
sword and daggers, my guns, and your
I have
special
magic.
powers.
I can't wait for the ball.
Same.
We need to find
clothing.
I can't wait to
Yes.
plan what Rosalind's outfit is because I know
Well, we-
she knows what it is. I need
Yeah.
to take
Yeah.
the time to know what
We
it is.
have some time to find the right clothes though.
Yes.
So that'll be good.
We have a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope.
Sorry that we cut off like.
Sorry, this last bit was really rushed.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can hear us. I think it's fine.
We'll raise it really up.
Yeah.
Technology sucks, but we love you, and we love our patrons. We will put your names on the screen.
Hashtag bring back
It's just
Seth.
Lack of
bring back
batteries.
We will see you for a masquerade ball next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bonkers.
And until
Well,
then.
in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Until then, submissive and subscribable.
No, this is talks.
Yeah.
It's next week.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
because we.
Ring that bell.
Ring,
Ding-a-ling.
ding, ding.
Subscribe.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Submissive and
whatevs.
subscribable.
Whatevs.
Mwah. Love you, mum. Bye. Do 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 do.